Why are there so many single women out here that are struggling to find a man? Well, I'm gonna tell you the reason, but you're not gonna like the answer. Now, this may not apply to you, so don't take offense. But if you do, maybe you need to reflect why it makes you offended. Honestly, a lot of women treat men like trash. A lot of women take men for granted. A lot of women want men to take accountability for their actions and what they do. But boy, if you ask a woman to take accountability for her faults and her actions, it's straight to signing divorce papers. But my question is, why are women so resistant to taking accountability? Like really, what is the reason why you won't take accountability for your actions? I know for me personally, because I was this woman for many, many years, like most of my marriage, I realized it's because I thought I had to be perfect and that society judged me based on my level of perfection. And if I dared to take accountability for my faults and actions, then I would be even more demonized. But the reality is, me not taking accountability was making it worse. And I don't think a lot of women understand the fact that we are a lot of the problem. I'm not saying we're the whole problem, but at least on my platform, on this side of things, a lot of men are trying. They're putting in the effort. They're doing the things that they need to do. And women are taking their husbands for granted. They got married because they wanted to be married, not because they wanted to be a wife. So you single ladies struggling to find a man, most men are not even wanting to get married anymore because they've dealt with bad relationship after bad relationship of women taking them for granted and treating them like trash. And honestly, I can't blame them. If you put all the effort in for a year, didn't get anything back, you wouldn't tolerate that either. So why are we expecting men to just sit down, shut up, and take it? You would advise every one of your girlfriends, girl, don't take that from him. Why should he take that from you? And honestly, I truly believe that lack of accountability is one of the #1 reasons why marriages are failing. So we refuse to take ownership of the things that we need to take ownership for. But I can promise you, if you take accountability for your actions and work really hard to fix them, your marriage can look completely different. Because y'all, that's where I'm sitting right now. The problem is you just gotta swallow your pride, do what it takes to make a change.
结婚16年啊，没有一个是我的3个小孩。
This must be the most frustrated man of 2023. Married for 16 years, all 3 children are not his biological children. But that's not the end of it. When the incident was exposed, the woman gave birth to a 4th child, and it also wasn't his biological child.
Single moms are the most unwanted people on the planet. Not to really make you mad, but it's true. We get into relationships and we marry somebody expecting it to be a lifetime, right? We never really get into a marriage thinking it's going to go down the road of divorce. So a lot of these people have multiple children, 1, 2, 3 kids. And then something happens. One person or the other cheats, or somebody becomes unhappy, which I think that's a dumb excuse either way, but they end up getting divorced. And now the mum is left as a single mum with 3 kids. And most guys today, because of the stigma, because most guys, honestly, and yes, I am speaking for most guys, because most guys do believe this. Most single guys who don't have kids don't want, and even some guys that do have kids don't want a single mum. And it's not because they're not beautiful. It's not because they're not good people. It's just because now you're dealing with more than one person. Not only are you dealing with the mum, but you're dealing with, in a lot of cases, the baby daddy at the same time. Or possibly multiple baby daddies. That is so much added drama and stress. On top of the fact that now you're stepping into a couple of kids' life, that if you guys end up getting married, now you're also somewhat responsible for those children. And let's be honest, when it comes to dating, guys have it rough. But then you also have the single women who don't have kids, who are just completely and utterly brainwashed to thinking that everything in the world revolves around them. And that they should be super selfish and not care what anybody else thinks, or not care about what their potential partner thinks, or what their potential partner wants. It's just all about them. So the guys can't even date them because nobody wants to deal with somebody that selfish.
So I just seen a post that said single moms be having all these standards and they baby daddy meets none of them. Like, of course, he was the lesson. Now she knows what to look for in a man and what not to look for. She stood on business and she moved on. Next subject.
As a single mom, it is so hard to date. Like, I feel like I do not have the energy, the capacity, or the time to go out with these people because I'm almost like, if you're taking time from me and my kids, you need to be worth it. And then I go on the date for 5 minutes and I'm just like, I'm paying a babysitter right now. I had to beg my mother. To watch these kids for you. And in the middle of the day, I'm just like pissed off. Like, I'm so irritated that I hired a babysitter or that I had to beg my family for you. So guys, can we please really consider not wasting a single mom's time on a date? And I'm not trying to be like that girl, but it's just, man, it is not easy.